everyone! Today's
Hi.
Valentine's Day, so
Happy Valentine's Day!
Yes. So we went out and went to a movie today, and it was Barbara's pick. And what did we see?
Birds of Prey.
And the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Should we tell them the story of what happened before the movie began?
Yes. So, picture it. You go into the movie theater to see...
whatever it is you go to see.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, and you know who makes the movie that you're going to go to see, and then you see something made from Sony or...
Yeah, it was Sony.
Some other company.
Yeah.
That isn't the one that made the video that you were going to see.
Mm-hmm. It's like, what happened was that right as the movie began, it's like, they were playing a couple of trailers for Sony movies beforehand, but I was thinking, oh, that's probably just, it's like, they do that, play trailers from other studios and such.
Yeah.
But then, as soon as it began, the Sony logo popped up again, and then different music started playing, and I was like, wait a minute.
And then he instantly recognized that it was...
It wasn't Warner Brothers.
It was the theme song for Bad Boys. The new Bad Boys that came out. Is coming out.
It is out. It's been out for several weeks. I've heard it's been pretty good, but...
I don't know.
But I bolted right out of the theater and told one of the people at the concession stand, the lady was like, that's not good.
And I was waiting for him to come back, and I was about ready to grab my stuff and leave.
And there was another guy who came out too.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, don't worry. I already told them they're fixing it up right now.
And what, was he going to go to the bathroom or something?
No, he was stepping out too to ask what was going on.
Oh. Because
he went up and was like, I went to see this. Why is Bad Boys playing?
Yeah, and aside from us, there were only 3 other people there.
So maybe it was just because of low attendance that they just kind of...
forgot about it.
Yeah.
But then again, you said that those things are on a schedule.
Exactly. They're like, it's not like, back then when they do old projectors where it's like person would have to unload the can of film reel and etc. No, it's like it's pretty all automated these days. There's still somebody who has to be there to manage it, but...
Yeah. And before we get started on talking about the movie, we just want to disclose any review that you see from pretty much anybody, not just us, there's always going to be spoilers. The entire review is going to be spoilers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And the movie's been out for a week, so,
Well, still.
True.
It's something we have to disclose, and I think that's a good thing for us to disclose because you don't want complaints.
Mm-hmm.
That, it goes into spoiler territory real fast.
Yeah. Because
it does. It's a review. We watched the movie. We're going to talk about our favorite parts of the movie. We're going to talk about our dislikes. And you can't really have a review unless you do that.
Mm-hmm. So, shall we dig right in?
Let's.
So, the movie itself, we had a good time.
Yeah.
It was cute, cheeky, charming.
I kind of like how the flashbacks...
this is one thing where we disagree on.
I like how the flashbacks relate to Harley Quinn's personality and her memory, specifically. Because she's supposed to be this psychologist.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to have a good memory and all of that.
And she keeps forgetting about the details.
Yes.
Which, I get that's a part of her character, but it's like, for me personally, like, I just kind of feel like it fiddles around with the narrative momentum, because it's like...
There's a backstory to how she became her.
Yeah, and they cover that, like...
Yeah, and the whole falling into a...
vat of acid and all that stuff, and it's like, they cover it all.
A vat of chemicals. That alone could be something that would change up her memory. And change up, like, her...
Plus, the fall she did it from was pretty high up there.
Yeah, so... And they explain that in the movie a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that automatically gives you the feeling of, okay, so that's... Her memory is going to be all over the place. And she's going to switch back and forth from Harley Quinn to serious Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she's a very moody individual.
Yes.
A long time ago, I saw the film that sort of preceded The Suicide Squad on HBO.
I did not see it.
You're better off sticking to it that way, because that movie's a complete mess. Like, it's got some good performances in it, and some decent visual effects, but it's like the whole thing is like feels like it's been edited in a blender.
When I saw the trailer for it, for Suicide Squad, I just thought, that's just gonna be a shit show.
It's weird because...
And I just didn't watch it.
It's weird because everybody was, including me, was convinced that it was going to be good because how well cut those trailers were. And then the actual movie came out, it was a shocker, and then this big whole thing came out behind the scenes that apparently the thing had been, like, the original cut that was made didn't even reflect in the trailers, so a trailer park had to re-edit the movie with reshoots to make it more in line with the trailer, and it was just like, ah!
Sometimes I just get a gut feeling when I see a trailer that, no, it's gonna be a shit show.
But,
so sometimes I'll base whether or not I want to see a movie off of that.
But yeah, this film itself, Birds of Prey, like, you know, it's a charming little ride. It's basically all about Harley Quinn breaking up with the Joker and her kind of realizing, oh crap, now all the stuff I did to everyone else is coming to haunt me and bite me in the ass.
Yeah.
And one of which is one night she goes on a drunken bender and
you see Black Canary and she's confiding in her, and to be honest, this movie, it's something I'd rather see in a theater and not own.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because I had a problem with the pacing.
Yeah, me too.
I had a problem with the time. It was too short.
Yeah.
And it was too fast.
I would say
the fight scenes, loved them.
Oh yeah, especially
perfect pacing through the fight scenes.
Especially the fact that they got the John Wick guys to do some reshoots, which is pretty evident in some of them.
Yeah,
like
you can tell with her moves.
Like
specifically.
Like two in particular, both of them at the police station.
Yeah.
One of them when she's going through the lobbies, the other one when they're going through the evidence room, which unfortunately you had to step out to the evidence room because there's some great things she does with a baseball bat in the evidence room, and the little girl, Cassandra Cain, she ends up lighting a dude's beard on fire with that lighter. And the guy's like, oh! There's also a slew of, it's like, of course, you got Margot Robbie in the lead role, Ewan McGregor, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I was surprised to see Rosie Perez in this. There's also a few other actors and actresses. Some of them faces I genuinely don't recognize.
Who was the one that played Black Canary?
I've never seen her before.
I have seen her before, but I can't put my finger on it. Mm-hmm. And without realizing it, because I never really paid attention to the trailers too much, my outfit today, not the one I'm wearing now, I got comfortable when I got home.
Yeah, but
the one I was wearing earlier was a nice blue and black dress
with a leather jacket.
And my hairstyle, it matches
a little
Black Canary at the very end, where she's got a blue and black outfit.
Yeah.
And her hairstyle. This is like her hairstyle apparently, and it matched. And I was like, wait, what?
It was
How did I match my outfit and my look?
It was a weird coincidence. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Also, also another thing that was fun about this movie is, like, I loved its aesthetics and how gleefully, like, tacky it was almost kind of. Like, it felt kind of garish, but in a good way.
Yeah, I liked the booby trap.
Oh, okay, there's this great climax at the end where it's like it all takes place at an abandoned amusement park.
Yes.
And the things they do
specifically in a trick house.
Yeah. And it's like it turns out to, it's kind of like an old place where Harley used to store some of her goods there.
Yeah, her and the Joker used to store them there, because there's a part where she goes to open up for like a little bit of an armory. Uh-huh. And she goes, he took everything.
And it looked like she had a good arsenal there, because there was like silhouettes of shotguns and assault rifles and pistols.
The ammo and everything.
Yeah.
And then Black Canary opens up
an old trunk.
And there's weapons, there's costumes. There's actually her costumes.
From Suicide Squad.
And her old bat.
Yeah. And the hammer.
Yeah, and the outfit where it's the red and blue. That one.
No, red and black.
No.
that one. Yeah, that's
the
one
baseball
from,
shirt.
Yeah, from Suicide Squad. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got that confused with the other one you
There
mentioned.
was that shirt, and then we find out that the corset, the red and black, real Harley Quinn corset, was not only fashionable,
but bulletproof.
Because Harley Quinn was like, no, you don't want this one. Here, wear this one.
It was almost kind of like, I was thinking, is she doing that for nostalgia's sake? No, it was being practical.
Yeah, because she was saying, I always support the girls. And then, what was it? At the end of the, that one scene, that cop that actually got the bustier actually got shot. And that's how she finds out.
Hang on a quick second, I need to pause it. Sorry about that. Continue.
And she actually gets shot. And that's when she finds out, hey, this thing's bulletproof.
And it's treated like a serious moment, like she just died. And then it's like, no, it worked.
And then Harley Quinn goes, aren't you glad I made you wear that? Just in this really high-pitched, like, kind of moment. She has a lot of those really girlish moments.
That's always been an aspect of the character, and
I love it.
It seems like Margot Robbie really is like a fan of the character when she's in that mode.
I can see it. She makes a really good Harley Quinn.
In Suicide Squad, she was a little more darker.
Well, that kind of makes me want to see Suicide Squad.
Even though it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm warning you. But here, like, it kind of feels like she's a little more lighter. Like, she's a little more kind of,
upbeat and all that.
Yeah.
I think that's because in this one, they're actually showing, like, what happened to the break up and how she has to fend for herself and she's making friends.
And on top of that, she gets a pet hyena named Bruce. I loved that
Was
thing.
it Bruce or Brutus?
It was Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah. You know who she named it after.
Bruce Wayne?
Yes. But I loved any of those scenes with that hyena, which unfortunately weren't much. From what I understand...
I know!
From what I understand, it was because of budget reasons. Because originally there was going to be 2 hyenas. But when they realized the amount of money they spent just to make one, they didn't have enough in the budget to do 2.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
But,
I loved that thing.
The scene where she actually goes to get the hyena was great.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a dog.
And
there's like was there a cheetah?
No, there wasn't a cheetah.
There was some other exotic animal.
Yeah.
Right across from it. And then she sees the hyena and she's like that. And then there's a scene not too long after that
where the hyena is eating the leg of the owner of the pet store.
Well, not that. I'm talking about the piece where Harley Quinn and the hyena represent his mom.
Oh yeah, that scene where
and the dog.
You might have seen him in our videos before. We have a Great Dane. He's this big boy, crying baby. And there's this scene where Harley, when she comes home after some of the chaos that's happened earlier in the day, she puts a Twizzler in her mouth, goes right up to the hyena and lets the hyena eat it. And my mom does the same thing with her dog.
Yeah, which we're actually trying to get him to stop.
Yeah.
Because we know it's not a very good habit.
He's a piglet. And
if he gets the chance with my dad, he will actually go up to his mouth and take food out of his mouth.
He'll even do one of these, like...
And he'll go all the way back.
Playing up the cute factor.
But when it comes to my dad, he will steal food out of his plate, steal food off the fork, steal food out of his mouth.
Honestly, it seems like Harley Quinn's hyena is better trained than our dog.
It is. It stayed in its bed while she was gone.
And
we can't even get him to stay on his bed when one of us gets up to go pee.
God, I love him, but he is a nuisance sometimes.
But yeah, those habits are ending.
Yeah, but another thing I also enjoyed about the movie is a lot of the songs that are used in it. It's got a good all over the place soundtrack.
And her costumes. I love her costumes.
Yeah.
I really do.
I much prefer her costumes than the one she was wearing in Suicide Squad because it's like.
I personally wish I had that bustier.
Yeah.
They made it look sexy in this one.
It's weirdly sexy without, going into like exploitive territory. Like it doesn't feel like it's like
it doesn't show too much.
But it
at the same time it doesn't cover up too much.
I think that's like a key factor in the fact that this was written and directed by women.
Good.
The director of this, I think this is actually her first real big feature, Kathy Yan.
Oh, she did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Even though she also had some help from the guys that did the John Wick films to help do some of the reshoots.
Well, she did her research.
Yeah.
And got the best in the whole fight scene kind of genre.
I do really got to give her credit for, it's like the whole look of the movie and the chemistry.
She made it look badass.
Yeah, and the chemistry between the characters and just like this like sense of just energy it has to it.
Yeah.
Kind of joy. We do have problems with it. It is a flawed movie, don't get me wrong, but it's a good time. Like
pretty much the only things we had problems with was the running time.
Mm-hmm.
The speed of it.
I'm fine with the speed of it.
I wasn't a fan of the speed of it
Mm-hmm.
until it got to the fight scenes. Those I liked the speed. And he had a problem with the flashbacks.
Yeah.
I was fine with the flashbacks because later on I had to tell him, hey, girls do that all the time.
All right.
Because he knows I do that.
Yeah. Can we also just talk about another thing I really loved about this?
What?
Ewan McGregor.
Oh.
Okay, so the main villain of the movie is Roman Sionis, aka Black Mask, another Batman villain.
He's gay.
Yeah, he is so flamboyant, and he's in an obvious relationship with his henchman Victor Zsasz, who
is actually bisexual.
Yeah, but it's like there's
you can tell he's bisexual because the vibe between him and
they're like
what's his name
between Roman.
Yeah, are completely so close. Like, there's a point where Zaz is massaging his shoulders, and then Canary walks in, and he's like, I didn't do anything.
Or another bit where he literally goes like, I'm the only one who can calm him down.
Yeah. But then Zaz actually winks at Canary.
And blows her a kiss, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can tell he's bisexual, but
Roman, on the other hand, is like
gay,
and he also seems to be a bit of a misogynist too.
Yes.
And it's like it's like I've seen Ewan McGregor in a lot of serious stuff where he's playing, the good-natured hero or something. So to see him play a flamboyant,
kind of like
Dr. Sleep,
yeah,
and also stuff like the Star Wars prequels and Christopher Robin and some other stuff.
Oh, he plays in that? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he plays an older Christopher Robin.
Oh, so he's the older one.
Yes.
I haven't seen that yet.
That's still on Netflix, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Man, imagine if we watched that and Dr. Sleep in the same evening, like the sad Ewan McGregor saga. And then we put Birds of Prey on. It's like, no, we get to see him be happy.
Well, we've seen 2 out of 3.
I've seen 3 out of 3.
I've seen 2 out of 3.
But for me, he was kind of my favorite part of the movie, just because it's just great just seeing him just be so flamboyant and over the top.
Isn't he like a little bit of a germaphobe? He's always wearing gloves.
I noticed the glove. I know the gloves thing is part of the character because it's like in the comics, his face and hands are always covered. We never actually see his face, but I don't know if he's a germaphobe.
Even in his own personal life, he kind of has gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's a meeting or if it's in his own club or anything like that. You see gloves on him. I think he's a little bit of a germaphobe.
I think so.
But in his club, there's a part where he thinks that someone's laughing at him.
Oh, yeah, and he forces to strip the woman, and
he first makes her stand up on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comments on on how ugly. Spam number.
Yeah.
Ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just let it ring.
Mm-hmm.
Then he just makes her stand up on the table to dance.
Uh-huh.
And then he comments on her dress. And then he hands a knife to the guy that was with her.
Uh-huh.
And then
cuts it open to shreds, and
he tells him to cut it open, but he doesn't. And then he gets even more pissy about it and says, just rip it off her. Just fucking rip it off her.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know, I did read some complaints that some people didn't feel like he had enough screen time. I thought his screen time was just fine in it.
Yeah, I did too.
You know, like, I certainly wouldn't object to more scenes of him, because
I liked the ending.
Oh! Okay, so at the climax, you know, like, Harley and the rest of the Birds of Prey, they get into this big chase with Roman to try and get the girl back, Cassandra Cain.
Yes, and the little girl has a secret.
Yeah.
She holds on to until the end.
Yeah.
Well, until the end of what's his name, Black Mask.
Yeah, and it's like it leads to this fantastic chase sequence where where Huntress, Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character, is like riding on a motorbike
and pretty much whips Harley into the vehicle.
Yeah.
And then the chase scene goes into a pier, one that's been shut down, the Founders Pier.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so creepy and
it's got a good atmosphere to it. And then we see all these figurines, and Quinn goes into like one of these, you know, like speeches where, you know, it's like, I'm Harley fucking Quinn, and then she only has one bullet in the gun that Renee Montoya gave her, and then she goes to fire it. Unfortunately, she doesn't hit Black Mask.
No, she hit a statue.
Yeah, that they were hiding just right behind.
Yes, and she could see the little kid off to the side wiggling, and that's why she shot at that, because she thought it was Black Mask.
Mm-hmm.
But then Harley Quinn's apologizing to the little kid, and then the kid says, "Oh, I have to apologize to you too for something.
I stole your ring."
And then she lifts her hand up, and there's a grenade ring hanging. And then she runs away, and Harley gets Black Mask over the railing.
And he's panicking too. Like, he's like,
because she's a really good thief, that little kid.
That kid's a brat, in a good way.
Like holy hell. She can pick your pocket without you knowing.
She does that to like 5 people in a row in the same scene at one time, including Black Canary and Victor Zsasz.
Yeah, more specifically Victor.
Yeah.
But she can place stuff where she wants it really fast without you knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like how she can get handcuffs off of her and on both handcuffs onto the person that handcuffed her.
Mm-hmm.
And she taught Harley how to do that. I liked that part.
But they kick Victor Zsasz off the bridge with a grenade on him, and he explodes into
Not Victor Zsasz.
I mean, Black Mask, sorry.
Yeah,
they kick him off the bridge, and he just explodes into chunks. And we were both cackling at that.
That was one of the best parts. Because then after that, the little girl's just hugging Harley.
Aw, so cute. After murder.
And then at the end,
everybody's just chilling at the...
She finally got the diamond out of the kid.
Which, the whole MacGuffin of this movie is this diamond that holds all these secret bank account numbers that Black Mask is trying to access. So that...
Hundreds of them.
Yes.
That are probably worth zillions of dollars.
And then...
What does Harley do?
She pawns it off. Because she was
For
like...
a chunk of money that thick.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then she and the kid ride off.
Yeah, into the sunset.
Because the kid's now her protege.
Yay! And Bruce lives too!
Yes. He was apparently just wandering around Chinatown. After an explosion.
Wonder how many poor souls that thing must have eaten in his
Oh,
spare
God.
time. You never think about that.
Because what happens after she goes through a whole hullabaloo to get the kid? Someone throws like a Chinese bomb,
something like that,
through her window, and it explodes, and you see the hyena in the explosion, so you think the hyena's dead,
and then all of a sudden he
at the end, oh no, he was just roaming through Chinatown.
Maybe he jumped out at the right moment out of the window or something,
or he was blown out.
Maybe. That's what's kind of funny and fucked up.
I
know. It sucks that this isn't doing as great as it could at the box office, but who knows? Maybe it might end up having good legs, because in comparison to some of the other DC movies, this one didn't cost much. It cost like around $80 million, and it made $30 million opening weekend. So
wow, that's not bad.
It's just a lot of people were expecting it to open up bigger, like around like 40 to 50.
Yeah, probably, but it'll make up a lot of that money just from DVD sales and digital downloads.
And I hope, like Margot Robbie gets another chance to do this with the whole gang, because it's like they all have good chemistry, and I'd be up for seeing.
Wait a minute.
Oh, she okay?
Go on. Yeah.
Okay.
She's slipping out of her sweater.
Oh, little brat.
She finds this way.
But I'd be up for another one of these, just so I could see this whole cast again, just kind of see what other misadventures they'd get into. I'm sure there's other like DC villains or Batman villains that we could see pop up in these. Because it's just a good charming little time. I'd say that's about it.
I think so.
So that's about it for the review of Birds of Prey. This one's going up on Sunday. We're going to be having another one coming up the week following.
So by the time you guys actually see this, it will be Sunday.
Yes.
The next one will be up the next Sunday.
And that one's going to be a fun one. You'll see what it is. Anyway, have a good one.
Bye.